So everybody's talking about the state of the market and how slow it is for sellers and how great it is for buyers and how investors are fleeting, and there's all this high stuff going on, all this high rate of foreclosure and all this crazy stuff that's taking place. But nobody's talking about what this means for you, the buyer, the seller, the investor, the downsizer, or the upsizer. My name is Hani Faraj with Remax Crest Realty, and I'm here to break that down for you. Thanks again for being on my channel. First of all, please do like and subscribe and hit the notification button so you can see my next video. My name is Hani Faraj. I've been doing this for 12 years, and the market had last year. I just want to break down some things that are kind of roaring in the background, and all the media people are talking about them and stuff like that. So I just want to talk a little bit about that because that is real. I'm not here to tell you otherwise or whatnot, but the truth is we've had last year was the worst year for real estate for the number of transactions for the Greater Vancouver Real Estate Board. The worst year in 25 years. And this year, the first quarter of the year is probably worse than, not probably, it is worse than last year. Just to give you some context, okay, rental rates have been going down consecutively for 26 months consecutively. I'm seeing people call me, some of my clients, they're calling me like, hey honey, my renters are asking for a reduction in rate because they're getting squeezed. I just had a client call me that, they're a tenant of a long time, didn't pay their rent, and now they're leaving because they can't afford it, and so on and so forth. So things are really rough right now for a lot of people, and I understand that. But does that mean that everybody should just don't buy real estate and they should just ignore it? The answer is it depends. It depends on you, depends on what you're doing, it depends on where you are in the journey of real estate. So here I am trying to break that down for you. Number one, if you're a buyer and you have a steady job and you've been renting for 3+ years and you have a long-term vision for Vancouver or the surrounding areas, that means you're not going anywhere. Well, let's break this down for you. If you were to rent for the next, let's say you have two different people. One person owns a place that's worth $750, and another person is renting a place that's worth $750. Well, this person who's renting is going to be, let's say, paying $3,000 a month. In a year, that's about $36,000. Over 10 years, that's $360,000. Correct? Well, the person who's owning it, even if it has zero appreciation, literally a big fat zero, which is not correct. Real estate is cyclical, and for the last 42 years, we've had about 6.14%, depending on the asset class, of appreciation year over year. The second person who owns this 750 place, and let's say that has zero appreciation, and they just bought it. In fact, even if it went down a little bit, it doesn't matter. What's going to happen is a portion of their mortgage is going to go towards principal, and a portion of their mortgage is going to go towards interest. That person is going to have about $180,000 in equity versus the other person who just wasted $360,000. And again, we're talking about zero equity. Now imagine if it was 2% appreciation, 3% appreciation, 4% appreciation. Well, that changes the math. Okay, I have in my possession hundreds and hundreds of headlines from all these past years, how the real estate is going to crash and this is unsustainable. And in fact, even CREA, which is the Canadian Real Estate Association, when COVID hit, they did say that real estate is going to drop 25%, and they were right for about 2 weeks. Basically, sales literally fell off a cliff. Nobody was buying. It was a poop show, if you will. And basically, we all thought, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do for work. And I don't know what I was, our future was pretty bleak, to be honest with you. So what happened was eventually things rebounded. People wanted to buy. And there is one rule in real estate. And what that rule is this: demand never dissipates. It only gets delayed. Demand never dissipates. It doesn't disappear, it just gets delayed. And what is real right now is that housing starts, which is new construction applications, has fell off a cliff for a lot of people. It really has. It has fell off a cliff. For some areas, there's like 13% decrease, there's 50% decrease, there's even an area where 67% decrease in new applications for new builds. Okay, and you've seen it in Toronto. There's a little bit of it here where some builders are holding out their projects or they're delaying their projects before they get started, which is okay. That's a smart thing to do. If there's not a lot of demand right now, why would you go put shovels in the ground and build stuff? So again, buying may not be for you. If you are renting and you've been renting for a while and you have a steady job, like a government job, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you have whatever, you're in import, export, let's say you work on the docks, okay, you're doing some job that I would say is recession proof, is Trump proof, whatever, Carney proof, okay, depends on your political views or whatever, then the truth is it doesn't really matter what happens. You need to, last time I checked, we all need indoor plumbing and we need indoor housing, okay? Until that becomes unpopular, then obviously I still have a job, thank God, okay? But again, if you're downsizing, that's a different story, okay? That's a different conversation, and if you want to talk about it, you can call me. If you're upsizing, this is the best time to grab a really good deal. In fact, the other day, I was shopping with this lovely couple, and they're selling their townhouse, which they thought was worth $1 million, and it's worth now $800,000. Okay, but they're buying a house with a rental suite for 1.2, and guess what? It's literally the same cost. Go from townhouse with a strata fee, which is crazy, to actually a detached house with land. It's not a brand new house, 1.2 million. Okay, lovely, in a really good area in Tri-Cities. But that's the reality. If you're upsizing, this is a great time, okay? And again, don't let me just tell you this and don't trust what I'm saying. I'd rather show you, so feel free to contact me. I'd love to help you out. My direct line is 778-881-6781. Again, this is Hani Faraj. My phone number is 778-881-6781. And I look forward to talking to you. Thank you and have a good day, and I hope this was useful for you. Again, please subscribe and hit the notification button so you can see my next video. Thank you and take care. Bye-bye.